Hello everyone, Velocity here. So in my last video that I uploaded, I actually didn't know what people were talking about that told me that there's a hacking part in the new Warfight. After some testing on my own, I've realized what it is, and since then I've posted a comment on the last video explaining what that spoiler is. So if you're watching this video, I assume you're fine with the spoilers. I even got asked by someone to do a video with all the frames for Captain Vor. I'm not entirely certain if I'm going to do that yet, but today I'm going to be doing it with Chroma. So the quick TLDR is that Captain Vor now is a secret boss as well, and basically he turns into Janus Captain Vor. What you need to do for that is pretty simple. You need to collect a couple of pieces in the missions that you can only see with your operator. Those are for sigil specifically. You need all 4 to get the code. However, I'm going to show you a tiny little trick that is going to make life a lot easier in this video as well. But first, let me just quickly go over the build. So, we are going to be using Citrine. The main reason for using Citrine instead of any other focus goal is going to be Protect the Sling. That way you can just keep your Warframe from dying. It's overall pretty useful for the fight. As for the melee, honestly, use whatever you want. I'm going to be using the Vastilok, just nothing really special, shattering impact, just to strip armor. While Janus Captain Vor cannot be armor stripped at all, the cannons at the last phase of the fight can be stripped as far as I'm aware, so that's why I'm going to bring the Vastilok. For the secondary, I'm just using Laetum, stock standard Laetum Build. The only thing that I personally would suggest that you change is secondary Fortifier to literally any other arcane, so you can actually get some damage, probably Cascadia Flare if you're going to run this build. Just to quickly go over the evolutions, nothing too specific. Standard fire rate, reload speed, faster encounter mode. Usually you would run elemental access, but I'm just going to use a headshot build in case I want to actually use Laetum for damage, and then 30% chance to the 2000% damage on non-critical hits. So again, stock standard Laetum, nothing special about it. My main whip motion is going to be the Burston, mainly just because I'm used to the Burston. Again, pretty basic build, nothing really special about it. Just a quick overview of the evolutions, just so you know what we're working with. Lastly, we are going to go over the Chroma build. Dreamer spawned is mainly here because I didn't want to format Chroma again. I already have 4 format hidden for Profit Taker shenanigans that I'm doing, so I just adapted the build and see what I can fit in. Prime show footage you can obviously drop if you don't want to put an aura slot at all, or not an aura slot but an extra slot, as you have the former there. The most important part is you want to have high shields. That's why we have prime redirection, why we have vigilant vigor, why we have fast deflection, right? Just so you have a lot of shield that you can deal with. We are using Patagium, Arrow Vintage, and Boreas Anguish just to stay up in the air a lot longer, which is quite helpful for the second part of the fight. And otherwise, Rolling Guard to get rid of all the debuffs and become immune. Adaptation just to hopefully avoid some one-shots. Arcane Barrier, Arcane Aegis again. You want shields. Shields is going to be your main source of survivability. That way you can actually ensure that you're going to survive. As a quick overview, here is the companion that I'm using. I personally don't have the sacrifice mod, and I cannot get it because I ran out of the traits by the time that I'm recording this. Personally, I would likely recommend that you use a Sentinel with the sacrifice mod. Given that I don't have that, I'm just using Vaskakavet with all the stuff basically to help my Vaska stay alive and hopefully resurrect me when I need it. And then just quickly the claws. With that out of the way, we are almost ready. I just need to quickly pull something up on my second monitor, which is going to be important for the fight itself, or rather for the way to get to the fight. So let me just quickly go to the navigation, queue in for the wonderful assassination, and then I'm going to show you exactly what I mean with you technically don't even have to collect all 4 of those things. I highly assume that is a bug that is currently in the game, so in the future you might very well have to do it, or if they actually change the combinations. So the first thing that you want to do for any mission that you start in, you want to get to your operator, because only in your operator can you see the 4 blue sigils that you need to find usually. They can be in every major room, There can even be multiple in the same room. So just take a little bit of time, look around, especially look underneath stairs, behind rocks, behind pillars, just so you can make sure that you can actually find them. For all purposes, I am just going to look for a single one, because that is all that I really should be needing. And until then, let me just quickly fly around and run out of energy because I wasn't paying attention. Seeing as there's nothing here, I can just quickly use Chroma to get a little bit of head. You don't need to bother checking the side rooms. There's nothing in like smaller corridors or anything, so you don't have to bother with those. It is literally just the major rooms on your way to the Captain Vor fight. And seemingly I did get a little bit unlucky so far, because we didn't have any spawns over here, unless I missed them. From what I've been gathering from my tests on Hildryn, as well as from what people have been telling me since then, they have dedicated spawn locations. I personally just haven't played enough of this fight to have actually remembered them all, so if you want to save yourself some trouble or some time, look up the spawn locations, just so you know where you need to be looking. I might be missing some because I'm just blitzing through just to see if I can find what I need to be finding. And there we go. That is one of them. So as you can see, collect a glyph. That means 1 out of 4. Given that I'm going to be doing some funny business, I am just going to quickly make my way all the way over to Captain Vor and just ignore everything else, because nothing else really matters. I might just quickly stop for a couple of kills, just so I can already charge my Incarno mode for both my Braton and my Laetum. There we go, that is one done. And that is both done. And now all we need to do is make our way to Captain Vor. And just in time for my cover to recover, which is nice. Alright, important. Once you've collected all the nodes, don't head into the store. First, you want to hack this console. What I mean by doing it a little bit cheesy, from what I've gathered so far, the code is always going to be the same. So the first thing is going to be this DB logo, then it is going to be a tornado, then it is going to be this AIB logo, that's what I'm gonna call it. Then it is going to be an A with the large arch above of it, which is this one. And then it is the 3 prongs sticking right up into the air, which is a trident. As you can see, I only collected 1 set of it. That's all I need. Another nice thing which you can utilize, you can summon specters and on-call crewmates. They usually tend to die pretty quickly, but I'm just going to summon my crew member just to make my life a little bit easier, but I wouldn't really put too much hope into him surviving too long and actually being useful. So the main thing that you just need to pay attention to is that you stay away. Make sure that if your shield breaks, just roll dodge. Take your time with the fight. You don't have a time limit. So as long as you make sure that you stay alive, this is going to be pretty easy. And I just realized that I was using the Laetum this entire time instead of the Braton. Another thing, as you can see, it is not just Captain Vor that has damaged Human, it is also all the Grineer that spawn in here as well. Those I could armor strip, but honestly, the Braton is just spray and pray, and we are just going to spray everything down and not care about the rest of the shit. And again, your main concern is always just going to be for this fight. Stay alive, take your time. Did I get them all? I did get them all, didn't I? Yes. Hello, Vor? Wow, this is awkward. Ah, there we go. Now he decided to actually want to do stuff. Again, I'm just using Vazarin, I'm just using everything that I can to make sure that I'm staying alive. Roll dodge once you have too many electric procs or anything else on you. He's above me, isn't he? Yep, he is above me. And now he jumps down. Something that might come up in the comments, I have tried using Arcane Nullifier. It didn't really work for me to actually prevent me from getting nullified. That is why I don't bother. Now I have 126 cooldown on my revive because I wasn't paying attention. That is my bad, but it's going to take me quite a bit of time to actually get through those lasers. I'm not gonna lie, I suck at this, so... As you can see, I always get too greedy. So, most likely by the time I'm actually through with here, I can actually get my revive again from my cupboard. If you're better than me at Epicurean, you're likely not going to have this many problems with it. But, I don't know. It took me quite a bit of time with Hildryn as well when I was doing Hildryn. There we go, so... Oh yeah, that's the first part down. Now we have the second part, which took me a little bit longer. Another nice thing about the mods that we have selected is that we do have quite a bit of aim glide duration. So we can fly over a couple of those. Oh, I wasn't high enough. And not high enough again. This is gonna be fun, right? It always happens. Okay, but this is just me being stupid, so don't worry about it. I feel like most people are not going to struggle as much as I am with this. But I didn't see where I was going. There we go. Whew! That took a little bit longer than I expected. So, just to quickly show it off. So you have Captain Vor over here, which is going to be your main target. But you also have a cannon over there, and a cannon battery over there. Every time you take a chunk of a save off, cannon turrets are going to be available. You have to kill the cannon turrets. So, let's get into this, and hopefully not die. This is at least a plan. And this is where the flying around is really going to be useful. Because you can just have so much nice aim glide. Hello. And he didn't want to attach the wall. Nice. There we go. Another nice thing, you can actually shoot those yellow orbs, which are quite the pain in the ass, so make sure that you do shoot them, that way you don't have to deal with as much of this bullshit. So I'm a little bit quiet at times. I am trying to focus so I don't die. I'm just going to quickly pick up the Khora. Again, I'm just taking my time just to make sure that I get it done. And of course I fall down again. Oh no. This is not good. There we go. Alright. And now we have the turrets. And looks like I cannot actually take care of them by armor stripping them, which is something that's good to know now, which I did not know before. So we are just going to... one thing that I can mention, you can recharge your Incarnon forms on them. And I might have missed out. There we go, okay. Got a little bit more time now. They're not actually that accurate, so most of the time you should be fine. I just messed up. I'm just going to take a little bit more time, just to make sure that I can get the... what's it called? The revive again, because I don't know if I'm going to survive. Alright, I might just fall down. I was just gonna make it easier. Because the revive from the Khora has a 120-second cooldown, so I'm just gonna waste a little bit of time. Well, I think this should be fine now. Alright. Ah, very good. Just taking our time.
I look forward to seeing.
This is usually a good time to get some damage in. I need to be careful.
Cover me! Rainier! Attack!
And there we go.
Finally,
And that's the
Captain Vor
fight.
is no longer
Took a little bit
attached to the
longer. I'm
engine
not
system.
the best Warframe player. I'm
Head to
more of a
extraction.
casual, to be honest, but I got the job done, so if I can get the job done, I don't have any worries about anybody else getting the job done. So let's just quickly head to the exit. Of course, we're going to auto hack because I got the resources right, so we might as well. And time to get our reward, which is going to be the Chroma Accolade Glyph. So I'm just gonna say thank you everybody for watching. I hope the one person that actually requested it is going to enjoy this video. And with that, GG's.
And so we learn the importance of clarity.
And there is the Chroma Accolade Glyph. Got a Seer blueprint, and as you can see, melee vortex. So again, even on this difficulty, he drops them. I took 16 minutes. I feel like if you're actually better than me and a bit more comfortable with stuff, you're going to be able to do it in like maybe 10-12 minutes, I would say, is a rough estimate. I'm not sure what other ones I'm going to be uploading, given that I'm missing a couple of frames. For example, I don't have Citrine, so I cannot do Citrine. But I might do a couple more of those and just quickly show you the glyph as well. So as you can see, I've done Hildryn, and now I've done Chroma. And with that, thank you everybody for watching. I hope I see you in the next one. Take care.